Hello, I'm Debbie and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're doing the long readings for Libra season. So look at this as more of the chapters, where the short readings are more of the pages. Now, we're doing Libra season, and that will be whatever your sign is in Libra season. I would also suggest that you look up your your rising, ascending, your Venus, your moon, and, take a look at those to see how they may be affecting you also. But this will be a long reading, and so I will be using a bunch of cards. Now, I use my, three of these decks will be Radley Valentine. Here is my Angel Tarot cards, which I will use for the main reading. I will then go to John Holland's Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards to kind of get clarification. I then go to my Osha Zen Tarot cards for some extra words of advice. We circle back to Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards. I'll do 3 also with those. Guardian Angel Tarot cards, will pull 1. And then I will finish up with my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. All right, now I'm an intuitive channeler. That means that I open myself to higher power, and I ask just basically whatever you need to hear, let that come through. And hopefully it does resonate with you. Any cards that are reversed have stronger energies. Also, to make sure that you write down the numbers. Numbers are very important, and there's ways to look that up on the internet. You can put it in a search browser, the numbers. You can put angel numbers behind it. There's just ways to look those things up. Also, too, when I mention higher power, that's whoever that is to you. That could be your guardian angel, your spirit guides, your voice of the universe, your divine, your source, whoever that is to you. Okay? Okay. So, first, before we start, again, let me go through my little listing. And there's a lot of stuff going on right now in Libra season. Now, I'm going to be reading this. And, and I also will post this on my blog with, just with this and with the websites too. And then I will put a link to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Okay. So we enter Libra season with 3 planets going direct. Mercury, which is in Libra right now. Remember, the shadow of retrograde has begun on the 13th. Also, Venus, which is in Scorpio, and Mars, which is in Libra. Now, we are in Libra season. Libra season is about justice and balance. Remember that, with Mars and Libra don't necessarily go along quite well. So Mars could be pushing Libra outside of Libra's boundaries. Libra could be, be talking Mars' ears off and kind of saying, no, you have to balance things more and more. Libra season is about restoring and finding balance and justice. But there's a lot of air energy again throughout Libra season. We finished up a Virgo season. Libra had a really strong mark there. The air energy was very, very strong. Now we have 5 planets retrograde. We have Jupiter in Aquarius. However, it goes direct October 18th at 1:30 a.m. All the times are Eastern Standard Time. We have Saturn in Aquarius, which is again going direct October 10th at 10:17. Neptune, which is in Pisces, that will be going direct. That will be retrograde. Pluto in Capricorn goes direct on October 7th, 2029 p.m. And Uranus in Taurus will stay retro. Now, Mercury in Libra, we talked about, that we were in the shadow of the retrograde because it's usually 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after. It does go retrograde September 27th at 1:10 a.m. It is in Libra. It will stay retrograde until October 18th at 11:17 a.m. when it goes back direct. Now, there is some things going on, Pluto, which is in Capricorn. There's something a little bit odd going on with that. I need to do some more research. But Pluto is a very slow moving planet. Pluto has a lot of, tear down to build up type of energy. Now, in the early springs, or that would be in the northern hemisphere, or actually would still be in the winter time, February 19th, 2022. I read somewhere, and again, I need to look this up more so, but I think we need to be aware of it, that this will be in, let me see if I can phrase this correctly. This will be in the place that it was for the United States back in 1775. So now, if you know anything about America's history, the United States history, you'll know we were going into, or we were getting ready for what was called, or what is called, the Revolutionary War. So that in itself, I want you to just be kind of aware of that. I know this has nothing to do with Libra season, but as I do my research, this popped up, and I think we need to know about it. All right, now, we're going to kind of go quickly through Libra season just because I'm going to reference you to another website, and again, it'll be, I'll put that in my blog. But let's go through the dates. September 22nd, the sun enters Libra, which is an air sign, at 3:21 p.m. Again, all of these are Eastern Standard Time. Now, the autumn equinox starts also at 3:22. That's if you're in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it would be your spring equinox. This is where day and night, light and dark, balance each other. So it's supposed to be where there's a certain point where there will be 12 hours of light and 12 hours of darkness. It also is a time, because we will be going into what is, towards the end, and this is in Scorpio season. We'll go into All Hallows Eve, Halloween. This is where we're entering a time where the veil, at least, the veil is getting thinner and thinner, and that is between what I call the supernatural and the natural, or the physical and the metaphysical. Now, let's go ahead, put these out here, and let's pull a couple of cards to see what we need to know about Libra season. And this is my Rider Tarot cards. These are the traditional tarot cards. So let's see what we have as an overview. Okay, now, this is a 15, so now we know that there's 5 energy here. 5 energy has a lot of change energy here. This is traditionally the devil, because it says the devil. The thing that I want you to remember is this is, a lot of times, this is either running away from your fears or facing your fears. Okay, so Libra season could be one of those times that you either confront your fears or you just don't, you have your head buried in the sand. So take a look at this, so here we have the devil, very scary, very ominous. The star is off-centered, or the pentagram is off-centered, so that does bring kind of an evil energy to this. And, basically not necessarily a nice type of energy. But then you have the two, the male, the female. And with that is that they are in chains. They are bound. The thing, though, if you ever look at it, is the chains are loose. So they can slip their chains if they choose to. But again, these are choices. So again, this has a lot of confronting your fears, also possibly just not dealing with your fears, running away type of energy. When I get this, when I see this, this is, to me, a lot of things are going to happen where you're going to have to confront some unpleasant information, unpleasant choices, and, and just unpleasantness. But you have to confront it, otherwise you will let fear rule you. And remember what I'm always saying. I am always saying this, and again, this is a good saying, so take this for however your spirituality leads you. Fear is the tool of the devil. Okay? That's how the devil keeps the people entrapped. So this is, again, choices, and Libra, Libra season has a lot of weird stuff going on that will be, bringing things to the head. Okay, let's go on to our next card. Now, this one is reversed, and here we go. This is a major arcana. This is also a major arcana, and this is a number 1. 1 is, new beginnings, new starts. This is the Magician, and if you notice, they have the same hand gestures in many ways. How and this is basically as above, as below type of energy here. But this one, while this one is a little bit more, not quite as, committed, this one is very strong energy here. This one is saying things can happen. But again, it's within it's what you can actually manifest. Now, let's go on here. And this is wonderful. So now we have a 1-5, we have a 1, and now we have a 10. This is the 10 of Cups. Cups is water energy. Water energy is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We just, we're about to enter into Scorpio season after Libra. We just had that, right now Venus is in Scorpio, and we just had, when this reading is beginning, we will have just, and I mean just, because I think the full moon in Pisces is the 20th or the 21st of September. So we will still have that Pisces energy. Now, the 10 of Cups is happiness, is very much, happy home, happy feelings, just things happening for the better. Okay, so, but again, it all comes back to, do you face your fears or do you let your fears rule you? All right, so now that's what we have for the 22nd, and that's when Libra energy begins, Libra season. Now we go to the 23rd, that's September, and Venus in Scorpio. Okay, now that's an interesting, there's a lot of intensity with Venus in Scorpio right now with relationships. However, they are opposing, so that energy opposes Uranus in Taurus, and that'll be about 5:40 a.m. the morning of. And, Uranus and Taurus is always about, expect the unexpected, especially, that's more with Uranus, but Taurus is in your reality. So expect the unexpected in your reality. So there could be some very interesting relationships that, there could be those, those truths that you thought were true and now you find out the real truth. There's going to be something with your relationship at that time. Now, we're going to go then to, and this is where I just said, this is weird relationship energies. And this is going to start around the 29th and 30th of September. Because there's major energies going on with Libra, Saturn, Scorpio, Neptune, and Jupiter. And then even in October 2nd, Venus, Scorpio with Pluto. And Pluto again has that destruction, or has, things have to end in order for them to begin energy. So there's going to be some weird relationships around that end of the month, end of September, beginning of October. And I'm going to pull 2 cards for that, because relationships, it takes 2 to tango. Let's see what we have here. And we're going to just do the 2 cards, 1 and 2. The Lovers. So yes, all about the relationships. And the relationships can be work, job, career, personal, intimate, interpersonal, family, or home. I'm going to kind of say, that this is going to be more, I don't like doing this. This is going to be more the intimate, romantic, or personal. So let's go to this next card. Justice. Justice within the relationship. Now remember, Libra is all about justice and balance. So, now, if you notice, I also have these little, like Y's and N's. And basically, if somebody asks me a yes-no question, I pull this card. Well, the answer is pretty much a no. This one would be a yes. So here we have a maybe, but here we have a yes. So we have 6. 6 is the number of man. It's what you put into the relationships. So if you're putting garbage in, you get garbage out. If you're unfaithful, don't expect the relationship to or if one of the parties is unfaithful and, and it's known, well, even if it's not known, don't expect it to last. Justice will occur. If it's a very true and, and very faithful, justice then says yes. Now, This is again, so this is a 6 and this is an 11. Again, we have that 1-1 energy going back to that. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 is choices, decisions, relationships also. Okay, so now we have that going on, and that's going to be the weird relationship energies. Now, I'm going to reference this. It's the www.the-astrologer.net. I've referenced them a couple of times, and I like to, when I do this, when I'm doing what I'm feeling needs to be looked at, this is one of the websites that I do go to. And this one will talk about how, so this is major energies from the 6th of October going forward. Now, we have October 6th is the new moon, and it will be in Libra, and that comes about 7:05 a.m. Okay, so now we've got some cards that just wanted to come out. Let's see what we have with this major energy. Now, the other thing that I want you to know is that 6 planets from October 6th onward, there will be 6 planets in what is called the masculine air signs. So I'm going to put out, whenever it's the air signs, because that is Aquarius, that's Libra, which is really, really heavy. It's also Gemini. I really didn't see any Gemini this time around, but this is where you need to speak it out. Keep your thoughts, your words positive, and speak it out. The new moon is a time of a new cycle. And remember, new moon to full moon is when you request. Full moon is your release, relinquish, and request. Full moon to new moon is when it gets smaller, so that is your waning moon, and that's when you get rid of things. Okay, so let's see what we have for this, this major energies from the 6th on. Okay, so here we have the Page of Cups. Again, this is reversed. Cups, again, we have discussed that. Now, the underlying energy of Cups, however, is our earth energy. That is our Virgo, our Capricorn. It is also our Taurus energy. Very solid, tangible, money, job, career, home type of energy. And we also have Pluto in Capricorn. So expect, and then that thing that we just came through with Uranus, even though that was back on the 23rd, expect some weird stuff going on with that too. So this is kind of a quizzical type of energy. This is kind of a, pages to me are optimistic. They're looking forward to whatever they have to look forward to. And this has kind of a questioning vibe to me at this time. It doesn't mean that that things aren't going to go forward in a positive way. In fact, the page believes everything will be positive but the page is also looking at things that, there's a fish in his cup. And the page is also looking at it as, what is this all about? So I feel like the page is going to be questioning. The Page of Cups will be questioning a lot of things that's going on in the world, in their world, and, and making some reevaluations. Now, we have these cards that wanted to come out, so let's take them one at a time. The Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Pentacles is that earth energy again. Queen's underlying energy is water, cups. So you have kind of the reverse on this. So this one, where the water energy was fluid and emotional, this one, yes, fluid and emotional, but this is a woman of substance. This is a woman that goes after what she needs, but in that physical sense. Okay, it's not the Queen of the Queen of Rods or Wands, or the Queen of Swords, but she goes after the protection of her family. She goes after making things right for the ones that are entrusted to her. But she is also a woman of substance. So the new moon is also telling you, so be quizzical, be questioning, but at the same time, go after what it is you want. Make those wishes. Put them out there. Let's see, next card. So now we have another yes, no card, a maybe. This one has a lot of judgment energy. So what would that have been about? That would have been about October 6th. This is 20, which is 2 tens, and we talked about what 10s are. We've talked about what 2s are, judgment time type of energy here. So we've got some strong stuff happening in Libra. Now with judgment, there is also a new start, a new beginning, a new kind of like, and remember when I talk about Mercury retrograde, which have we gotten to there? Yes, yeah, we got to Mercury retrograde already. Mercury retrograde is a time of great karmic balancing happening. So if you've been putting out good karma, things will come back in the betterment. If so just really watch your words, your thoughts type of energy, and how you're feeling towards people. We don't want to have negative karma, because then it means that we've met everything and we can just go on and leave. But this is judgment. This is, being weighed, in some is where you weigh the heart against the feather, type of energy here. So we got some interesting stuff going on right now. Now, your last card here. Okay, and this is again that 10 energy. And this is 10 of Swords. Swords is Libra energy, Aquarius. It is also Gemini energy, thought processes, hearing news, words, strategic planning. It's done. Everything is done. So whatever it is that you've been being judged on, whatever this is all about, it's done. This is an ending to a phase, to a season, to it's just an ending. And then with that ending, you can see this person is done. No more. It's not you. It's not you. Okay. It's more or less like, this is a little overkill in some ways, but it's like, it's done. Let's move on. Okay. Let's go on now, and we will move on. So I told you that we have 6 planets in masculine air signs. Okay. Then we have a return of fire energy. So October 7th, Venus transitions into Sagittarius. Sagittarius is adventurous. So this might be, after all of the intensity of of Scorpio and all that we've talked about, Venus now goes into adventurous Sagittarius to try new things, to just kind of breathe again. Remember, fire energy is our wands, our rods, also fire. And that is our Sagittarius. It is our Aries. It is also our Leo energy. Passionate, burning, determined. So things will be happening. Let's just pull one card for October 7th to see what does it mean when Venus goes into Sagittarius. Let's go on here. So we have covered all of the energies. We've covered air, water, earth, and fire. So I won't be doing that in the longer readings. Let's see what we have. Okay, now this is again reversed. This is a 12, a 1, and a 2, or a 10 plus a 2. Interesting. This would give us a no, but this is the Hangman. And the Hangman, you can see he's also a holy man. You can see by the halo. So this is a Hangman. This is look at things from a different perspective. Look at your relationship from a different perspective. That's an interesting one for me, at least. I feel that I think that we all need to be a little bit receptive. We need to compromise maybe a little bit more. It's also possibly looking at the other person's point of view. It doesn't mean you have to agree with it, but it does go with possibly it's a good thing to listen to it at least. Now, I'm going to just jump ahead to October 20th. We will then have some more fire energy, and that is when we have the full moon in Aries at 10:56 a.m. And again, so now we have that balance where we have we haven't really had a lot of water. No, we have had water energy. We've had our earth energy. We've had air energy. And now we come back to our fire energy. So now Libra is coming back into that balance. Let's see what else we have. We're going to do 2 cards here and see for that full moon. The full moon, the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is the tradition, the traditionalist. This would be a lot of times with your government, with your church, but basically it's just following the rules. But again, we have a 5. 5 is all about change. So there could be some changes in our spiritual belief. There could be some changes where we either embrace the traditional or we say, maybe this is a little bit too much for us, and we need to step away from that. So that would be more around that full moon in Aries. And then our last card here, This is the Queen of Wands, and this is what I was mentioning before when we have the Queen of Pentacles. Wands, again, is our fire energy. This is embrace the full moon. Embrace the wondrous of it. You know, remember, passionate, burning, determined, fly high, fly high. There's a renewed optimism. Again, this could be the thing stable a little bit more in your natural world, or it could be that, you know, that the world opens up and as you break away from the traditional. And the Queen of Wands is just basically saying fly high. Okay, now we come then to the 23rd of October, and this is just right barely in the 23rd. Again, the times are Eastern, so some of this could be, you know, still on the 22nd, or it could be on, you know, it could be 23rd. I don't know. But this is at 51 minutes after midnight. The Libra season ends and Scorpio season begins. And this one is 4. 4 has stability. This is the 4 of Swords. Basically, rest, take time off, breathe a little bit, let things chill out a little bit. While we have these that are hanging on the wall, the swords hanging on the wall, we have one that's hidden. So there's still hidden secrets to come, hidden things to happen. And at the same time, even though this looks like some, you know, we go back to something's ended, this is, you know, I don't know, is he on top of a coffin? Is he on top of a, you know, is he one of those statuettes type of thing? I'm not sure. It just, basically, I'm getting the just rest, take it easy. You've got hidden information, and Scorpio is, you know, is about uncovering a lot of hidden information. So, wow. So again, too, there's a lot of things going on in Libra season, and there was even more. But I was like, no, we can't just go down that route. But as we do our small readings, our short readings, as I do them, I will try to get a little more information and put them in the introduction. Okay? Okay. Let's take a deep breath. A lot seems to be happening, and let's go on and start our long readings. Hello, my Scorpios, and welcome to Libra season. So you know what that means is that the next season is yours. So this is a time for you to get everything all wrapped up and get yourself ready for when your season begins. And now we have, you know, that a lot of Scorpio energy going on, especially in the relationships, and then things will get a little bit adventurous when Venus goes into Sagittarius. So let's see what we have here now. The first card jumped. That one is reversed. Let's see what we have for the other two cards. Okay, so 2 of them are reversed. Let's see what's happening for my Scorpios. Alrighty, here we go. First card is the 5 of Air. Okay, so 5 has some change energy. Air is, again, our sword energy. It is our Aquarius. It's our Libra. It's our Gemini. There's a lot of Aquarius and Libra energy going on. It's very much, there's change energy, up, down, negative, positive, neutral type of energy. It's just kind of getting too much into your mind, thinking things through too much. This is kind of a time where you're going to just feel the pressure of your plans, and how things have been working out for you are going to be a little bit on the shakier side because of all of the energies going on. There doesn't mean that there isn't hope. It just means you have to look at your plans, and there's going to be some revision in your plans. Now, 5 also has a lot of grace energy. So while that's all happening and you have to kind of go, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to change this? How am I going to move on? What's going to happen? Remember grace. Connect with your higher power to bring that grace to help you through. Okay? Because this is kind of thinking things through, saying, and this is one of those times, if I do this, this could happen. If I do that, that can happen. So what, this is revising. So this could be kind of like, I'm kind of getting, and I am not a financial counselor, But I'm kind of getting this thought of like, okay, I thought that, I've been putting money away. And again, I'm not a financial counselor. I'm using this just as an example. I've been preparing for my future. I've been preparing for this. I've been preparing. I've been, trying. And now, it's kind of like, now I have to get a new car. And I don't have the money for that but I've been preparing for all of this. So I have to revise my plan. So maybe I need to take the money from Peter to pay Paul. It's just kind of things shift a little bit. But that's part of this life. But while you're doing this, while you're trying to settle all these things down, these irons, you got all these irons in the fire, and you're trying to cool things down a little bit. This is just part of life, and it's just getting you ready for when Scorpio season comes, okay? So it's kind of like getting it's cooling the irons down, it's wrapping some things up. It's not necessarily, I thought I was going to do this, but now I have to do this. It's just kind of a mishmash of just, of your plans a little bit. Your plans are just going to have to change. You're going to have to change with your plans. All right, so the 5 of air is an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. Your next card reversed is the Knight of Air. So here again, we have that air energy. Knight's underlying energy is fire, passionate burning. It's our Sagittarius. So this could be when Venus goes into Sagittarius. It could have that. It could also, remember that the night, we also have an Aries full moon coming. But nights are directional, okay? So it's like once you do make your plan, once you do kind of say, which way do I want to go, the night will go there. This is you thinking things through, though. So this is also telling you to leave the emotion behind and be a little more logical. You may want this, you may, just because you want it doesn't mean that it's coming to you without a little bit of work, without a little bit of direction, without a little bit of your planning for this, okay? So this is one of, yes, I believe in total miracles. I totally do. I have seen them. I have been part of them. But this is, again, making some of your plans, and then going after your plans, okay? Okay. Intelligent, decisive, idealistic, tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options. Creative solutions. So there's definitely movement with this. You have to think it through. You just can't be impulsive or really emotional, because the air energy is telling you to think things through a little bit. So you may have to fight the emotional, like, but I want, this is, hey, take a step back a little bit. Take a higher level look at things, okay? Your next card, Awakening. So now, this is a 1 and a 2. This is Archangel Gabriel. This is the Hangman. That was also in the beginning. That was in our introduction. So we've gone through the 1 and the 2. Archangel Gabriel is the divine messenger, is the one that, basically brings you news type of things. So there you could have some news coming that creates the plan. The thing is, instead of you just being all like, oh, this is never going to work, the awakening is telling you, look at things differently and plan a little bit differently for this. I do feel like there's going to be a change of plans for you, and you're going to have to just kind of look at things differently. And I think that there's going to have to be some realistic energy, it's not going to, this is my Scorpios, you're going to have to come down from having your head in the sky and be a little more realistic with your plans, okay? It doesn't mean your plans aren't going to work out. It's just that, you've been kind of banking on your imagination a little bit more, so now you got to put the work into it, okay? But putting it out there is still what you need to do, but you have to do the legwork with this, okay? Okay, so look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself, so don't give up hope. This is not telling you to give up any hope at all. In fact, it's saying actually to me that things can happen really positive for you, my Scorpios. It's just you've got to do the legwork. You've got to do the work. Your connection, higher power, all the things that are happening. We're coming into your season. Just do the work. Do the work. Get it done. Here we go. And I'm not talking about it in your actual work relationship as much as it's just you've got to think things through and you make your plans. Now, let's see what clarification for my Scorpios that we have with the John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. Here we go. Okay, so now we have conflict and defeat. That goes along with that air energy. That is, again, a 5. This is kind of feeling like the plans, like it's just too overwhelming for you. It kind of like this is, whenever I've moved and it's been like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But, the thing is, you had to do this. And sometimes you just felt overwhelmed. You feel overwhelmed before you even begin. So the thing that you need to do is you need to take a step. You need to work in the right direction or walk in the right direction. Okay? This is just overwhelming energy. And again, this would be like, okay, did you start a new job? Did you start a new relationship? Did you move? I always feel movement for my Scorpios anyway, but it just feels so overwhelming and it's just like, oh, it's so heavy. No, you still have to walk. You still have to take your direction. You still have to do what you got to do. You have to get up every morning, even though it may feel, like I said, it may feel like you're carrying the weight on your shoulders. Get up every morning. You get some help. Ask for some help too. Anyway, next card. Oh, I like this. So now we have a 6. So we had the 5, 1, 2, 5, 6. Harmony. This is the Lover's card. We also had that in the introduction. This is, again, I told you to get some help. Get some help. There is someone that wants to help you through this. So this, I like this because I do feel that it's kind of like for you, my Scorpios, I feel like there is someone that is there that wants to help you on more of that personal, direction. And yet at the same time, you're trying to do it all on your own. And I feel like there is a very strong support system, or there's somebody that wants to be a strong support system. Yeah, this could go down that romantic stuff. But, there is someone that does. Ask for some help. I'm also getting a connection between the 6 and the 12 because, 6 plus 6 is 12. So there's something going on. So it could even be a 6, 1, 2 you may want to look at. All right, let's see what the next card is here. 14. So 14, we have a 10, 1, then we have 4. 4 has our, has organization. It has leadership. It also has stability type of energy. Just, you don't have to do everything today. You don't have to do everything in Libra season. And that goes along with the look at things a little differently. You do have help. You don't have to rush. You don't have to leap. You just steadily make your plans for whatever this is. I really feel good about that Harmony card, that 6, I feel like there is someone that wants to be with you, that wants to be there to help you with these challenges. I don't know. I just feel like just maybe you want to kind of see who that is. I do feel like you've got a lot of support. And I'm looking at the Patience, and the Patience, I love this. Here she's holding, I don't know, that's probably a seed, and yet I don't know if this is coming out of it or if this is going into it. But somehow she has believed, and the seed has grown this beautiful flower out of her hand. Anyway, so again, there's a lot of faith, there's a lot of belief in this too. So my Scorpios, have you been connecting with your higher power with this? Okay, or have you been leaning too much on your own understanding? Just putting it out there, my Scorpios, just putting it out there. Okay, let's see, Osha Zen Tarot, what we have here. For my Scorpios, words of advice, see what we have. 1, 2, and 3. Put these over here. Yeah, the table gets a little busy with my cards. Here we go. First card over. Comparison. So you're getting some 5s in here. So 5s, change energy, grace energy. What are you comparing yourself to? Who are you comparing yourself to? Are you the oak tree, that has its own strengths? Are you the bamboo that has its own strengths? Again, look at things a little differently. Stop trying to compare yourself to, oh, I should have been this far. I'm not where I want to be. No one's where they want to be. I, tell people, what you wanted in the 20s will change in your 30s and in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, and 70s, and 80s, and 90s. Things change. So stop comparing yourself. But there's a lot of 5 energy for you there. Next card. Okay, that was reversed. We don't have a number. Again, we go back to higher power, the universe, the source, trust. Trust. And again, too, having this on harmony, I just feel like there is someone, again, it could be the source, but I just feel like there's someone that wants to help you. Here we go. Next card. And here, this is a 7. So did we have 7s in here before? No, we didn't have any 7s. 7 is divine umbrella. This is, this is covering, source covering, helping you get through certain things. This is projection. This is you putting your thoughts, possibly your it's like you're not feeling good about yourself. You're not feeling happy about whatever your situation, and you're putting it on someone else. Try to avoid doing that. Own up to your responsibilities, my Scorpios. I know that's harsh, but this is a time. Remember, going back, you can either choose to live in fear or you can move out of fear. So this is the projection. This is what is it that you have to look at in yourself that you have been projecting onto another. The thing with this is if you are putting your failures or your insecurities onto someone else, you're not able to move from your situation. And then go back to that intro, go back to that devil card, re-listen to what I said about that, because that's what holds you back, my Scorpios. So again, too, that's now, and I know that I have many, many Scorpios that I think that you're on the older souls, so you will totally get what this is, and you have gone through these lessons. But then we have a lot of the younger soul Scorpios that they need to learn this lesson. Okay, let's see what we have here. Now, the other thing, too, with the projection is that you are projecting onto someone else in that positive way, too. You're seeing possibly that future. I don't know, because that harmony card keeps pulling at me. But again, you have those 5s, and all those 5s are change, 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 with some grace, divine grace. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. These are all reversed. Here we go. First card is the Page of Raphael. Now, this is the Page of Cups. This is that quizzical energy. You got a lot of cards that were in the introduction here, so I would go again, look to that. Raphael is your energy, and Page, also underlying energy, is earth energy. This has that romantic vibe to it. This has that let's dreamy vibe to it. It's kind of like once you clear up a lot of the garbage type of energy with the projection, once you start to trust a little bit more, once that things start to actually fall in place a little better, you start questioning, but then you kind of start also valuing. I'm getting that with your Page. Gentle, loving, dreamy, open-hearted. A new emotional situation, messages regarding relationships or social invitation. Great intuitive insights. Next card, change your life. So now we have a 16. Now that's interesting because that's a 6, but it's, so we have the 1 and 6. You can add them together. They become 7. So 7, divine umbrella. Change your life. This is Archangel Shamuel. A lot of this is things opening up, and you finally, there's a sense of realization that comes. There's a sense of seeing the truth of a situation. My Scorpios, you don't like secrets. You don't like mysteries. But it's a lot of times the change of life is also about, change your life is also about an aha type of moment. It's like an epiphany type of moment. So change your life is, again, so we have Gabriel, and now we have Shamuel. A sudden revelation that opens freedom. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. So embrace those opportunities. Don't look at them as, oh, my plans have changed. But okay, now my plans have changed. How can I embrace this? What can I do to make this so much better? And your last card here, solution. So now we have Archangel Zedkiel. We have that 4 energy. I think I talked about a 4. Yes, I did. And we have a 14 and we have a 14. So that's in itself. So again, This has, things can happen, things can come together, solutions to your problems, but this is also through some compromise. And again, many times I don't like compromise, but in this case, this is objective compromise. This means thinking things through and not necessarily having that emotional, that emotional connection, thinking things through. Success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. And I'm always telling you, forgiving is what frees you. So in many ways, things are moving for you. You may not think so back here and all these vibes. You may not think that it's positive energy, but they are. Stop looking at it as a negative and look at it as an opportunity. Look at it as a challenge that you, my Scorpios, can actually overcome. Look at things a little bit differently. I do feel whatever this harmony, I feel like there's someone that wants to help you. And I feel like it's someone that's very kind and loving. And, really look into that person. Look into that person. Yes, we don't go down that road. But yeah, that person really cares for you. Really strongly. Okay, let's see my guardian angels, what we have here. And here we go. Organization. So this would also be the Emperor energy. So we have that 4 again. And this is what, plans do change. Now, get them together. Get it organized. Your plans are on target, and everything will flow more smoothly if you add a little organization and discipline to your methods. The key to success is to allow your creativity to be gently guided by logic. Remember, there's been so much emotion going on, my Scorpios. Be open to asking for help from someone very intellectual or seek out a mentor. Remember, I said ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. There's help there. Somebody very kind. And again, I feel like this is, I feel like this is somebody that could be very intimate with you, okay? Yeah, we don't go down there. Okay, let's go on and see what crystal or energy for my Scorpios we have. Here we go. For Libra season. Pyrite. Oh, I love pyrite. I have pyrite. Good change of fortune. Success. Renewed focus. Leadership. Love it for you. I do love it, my Scorpios. Yeah, we all have. Yeah, it's going to be so intense, but you get through it, and actually you come out glowing. All right. Now, remember, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell, notification. It all helps. But the most important thing, though, my Scorpios, no matter what the world throws at us, always know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.